Welcome everyone to the Contextless cast. This is
our Corona Contextless cast.
Oh yeah, welcome everyone to the Corona Contextless cast.
We got there.
This is the only podcast on the internet that refuses to have any context.
Violently.
Yeah, so I told you my sticky hand dick story already, right?
Yes, yeah, 100 times.
Have I told the audience yet?
Go for it.
All right. So, you know, when you're a child and a man or a boy and you don't know how to masturbate yet, there's this interim period where you start trying stuff, rub your dick on the couch. But anyway, so you're trying stuff out in this supple, vulnerable era of a young boy's life. And I thought those little sticky hands have a little like ring on the end that you're supposed to stick your middle finger through, and you throw the hand and it like sticks on your sister and you go ha ha, and then you spit in her cup. I put that on the end of my ding dong because in my little dumb brain, my square brain, I thought this will do something. This will figure it out. Because you're just desperate for some relief. You know, you gotta do something. Like
something has to happen.
Yeah, the lizard brain is telling you that there's a thing you can do here, but your logical brain hasn't figured it out yet.
It's those moments of like something's wrong with your computer, and you know you got to do something to fix it.
Yeah,
but you haven't gone on the internet to find out what exactly that is.
That's exactly right. Right, or your car is like sputtering, and you're like, a
lot of smoke's coming out of it, you know.
Yeah, something's not right.
No,
this is new. I'm gonna touch my dick with weird shit, you know.
Yeah. I remember those like 8 years for sure.
18 to 26.
Yeah, how old am I?
Those
how
formative
old am I now?
years.
Oh yeah, there you go.
I like the idea of not figuring out how to masturbate until like 20.
Yeah.
Wait, you can do what?
No, I like the idea that you're like 40 and you've been married, you have like 3 kids, and just one day you like kick open the bathroom door, you're like, honey, I got
it. I got big news. Things are going to be different from now on.
I'm leaving. I found me.
Yeah.
You fucking love Master of Disguise. That's the opposite for you.
Dude, when I was young. I haven't seen it recently. I might still love it, but
no, with the knowledge that there's footage out there of Dana Carvey like fucking warming up for the turtle scene, and then someone has to be like,
oh, you know,
they pulled a George Bush on him where they like walked in and like whispered into his ear, and he's like, oh no.
Yeah, and he has, because he's the front runner, he has to rally the crew. You know, it's like his responsibility. Hey everybody, come here. I'm method, so I can't break character, but we have some turtle.
Turns out something not so turtley just happened.
All right. If you have family in New York, yeah, turtle. My condolences. All right. So we're just gonna take a quiet moment here. Not particularly religious, turtle. But
that's amazing.
So stupid. We're gonna take a moment of silence. Turtle.
Can we spend all of the money we will ever make recreating famous moments in history with Dana Carvey doing that?
Yeah.
We will go to the moon, turtle, in this decade.
Yeah.
Not because it is easy, but because it is turtle. Just like my shell. Yeah. Yeah.
4 score.
7 turtles. Turtle. Oh
7
man,
turtle.
Oh.
I'm so sorry. Goes into a shell. No, Mr. President, please.
No.
This is a momentous occasion.
Cut to like the transcriber being like, "Do I have to write down all the turtles?" And someone just shakes their head like, "No, it's cool, man.
It's fine. It's fine. It's cool." Yeah, it turns out Abraham Lincoln, big big fan of Master of Disguise.
Yeah, that's the one thing we know about Lincoln for sure.
That's right.
Yep.
It's just like, I wish there was a turtle man to see me free the slaves.
I mean, name of the episode, right? Can we get a poorly those like early internet memes, the like 9/11 we will never forget with like 50% opacity. Turtle man in the back behind the Trade Center.
We need like a screen cap of Dana Carvey in that costume looking down. Because that'll make him look sad, and then compress the shit out of it, and then put it like 50% opacity behind the twin tower. And like that shitty photo where the plane's about to hit.
And it's got to have some shitty quote like "Real heroes never hide," something like. Can you think of one other human in the entire world thinks that's funny besides the two of us?
I don't think so.
No, right? Ugh.
It's so stupid. Oh, it's just the perfect mix of like the most stupid person
Yep.
and the most tragic situation.
Yep.
Like, is there anyone less equipped to handle 9/11 than Dana Carvey? In a shitty vehicle for his shitty career.
All right, you've got an hour. I'm gonna see if I can make this in an hour.
Okay.
Oh man.
Ooh. Yeah, I don't think many people find Dana Carvey in a turtle costume in 9/11 as funny as we do. I think it's a very miserable hair people brand of humor.
It's true. That's why we've only ever had like 3 people or 5 people on the show. That's our initiation.
That's right. We found our audience. Turns out it's 3 people, but we found them.
That's true. One year for your birthday, I was like, "Do you want a cake?" You were like, "No." I was like, "Do you want, we can go out to like Old Chicago, or like, I'll treat you for dinner." You're like, "No." And I was like, "Well, what do you want?" And then you cryptically were like, "I want them sticky hands."
And you know what you did for me? You drove your truck up to the entrance of the Safeway, and you tied a rope around the machine in that like little lobby area. And you drove away with it attached to the machine, and you ripped it right out of their wall.
I did. I lost a lot of them, but you know what?
That's true. That's right.
I got you 4. So.
That's right. Because they were still stuck in the machine after the machine was obliterated.
They were covered in rocks and gravel and shit.
Right. But I cried a little because it was the sweetest thing anyone has ever done for me.
You're welcome, by the way. Appreciate that.
Especially like the way that the fucking machine like whipped out of the Safeway. It took that old lady's legs out. I was there shopping. It was unrelated, but I saw it happen. It was pretty crazy. It was like, oh my god, is that Kevin's lifted truck with the flames on the side?
Yeah, I attached it to my metal American flag truck nuts.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And it flew out of the wall one way, but because of the tension of the rope, it kind of whipped around, took that old lady out, busted the mechanical door, and then kind of ripped it off its hinges as you drove down the road. It's pretty metal.
In a weird way, it was like I was making my own sticky hands.
That's right. And you were like, yeehaw, fuck you, Trump's going to be president one day. This was like 2009.
Yeah, it was like 2009. Would you rather try and put your dick in a grape or a grape in your dick?
The obvious one. Please don't make me explain it to you. I'd rather put my dick in a grape than figure out the logistics of getting my dick hole big enough to accept a grape.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's not an overnight thing. You're gonna have to do some stretches.
No, there's a training regime. There's a series of dowels.
Yeah, a series of online classes you have to pay for.
Yeah, you have to get a guru. You know, like an electrician has an apprentice. You kind of have to do that for a while.
Yeah. Well, you know how emo kids would gauge their ears. You can't gauge into like a silver plate right away. You got to work your way up.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
That's
right. You stand to lose quite a bit if you go whole hog. If you go for the whole grape right away.
Whole grape. That's a good new saying. What, are you trying to go whole grape on me? All right. How do I make this meme shitty but not too shitty? You know? There's like a balance to this.
When you're selecting Dana Carvey's image, don't feather the selection, and don't make the most accurate selection.
That's very true.
So and try and find his lower res image.
Oh yeah, no, I'm just gonna save this at like 240p or something for sure.
Okay, yeah, you'll have to doctor the image and then do the selection so that the selection it's geometric instead of a smooth kind of line.
Very true.
There's Kim Kardashian comes to mind for the person I wouldn't mind dying from coronavirus, just because I want to see Kanye get some help. And I feel like she's stopping that.
Yeah, she's holding him back.
She's putting the kibosh on that. She's like, no, you're way too lucrative, crazy.
That's true.
Because Kanye don't have no friends, man.
No. He also needs to get help, but not too much help. You know what I mean? Like, when he started his sneaker line, they were like out there and like only he could think of that. And those are great sneakers. But now he's been fucking crazy. His new sneaker line's not that good. So he needs help. But just a little bit of help. Just go back to,
you want to roll it back to a safe level of crazy.
Yeah, we want him at like, I am a god crazy, not like fucking release a full church album crazy, which like there's one or two songs that are not bad, but not that crazy. You know what I mean?
I guess so. Ren and Stimpy was a lot more existential in my reckoning.
Yeah.
Like Angry Beavers was like, weird. But Ren and Stimpy was like having a psychotic break.
That's very true.
Like there'd be whole 10-minute episodes with no jokes, just Ren having a like full-on mental breakdown.
It's true, in real time.
Yeah, and this was children's entertainment.
It's very true. Here, little Billy, sit down and watch this.
What was the episode where Ren becomes a hermit? Like it's a job that you can apply for. You know what I mean? So he like signs up to be a hermit and ends up in this cave and proceeds to lose his fucking mind for the entire episode. Hallucinations. He makes friends with like a weird meat man. Yes,
I remember that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or the episode where he freaks the fuck out pulling his teeth out. Remember that? With the nerve strands?
I think I watched that and I was like, not for me, not now. Maybe when I'm older. Like you say that to yourself, you know?
Right.
Like I couldn't handle it.
Well, I mean, it's been an hour, Kev.
Yeah, I just want to get your reaction to this.
Okay.
So I'm almost done.
Have you already made it? Wow.
Yeah, I've been doing it this whole time, bud. Oh man, this needs either a stroke or an obnoxious amount of drop shadow. This text. Yeah? Do I get a Sam approval for that one?
That's really good.
If you look at the base of where Dana Carvey meets, like the green doesn't extend all the way past, like that's where the image cropped off. So there's like a little error. Yeah.
You did so good. And the ear is so poorly cropped. Oh god, you did good.
Like there's enough of a feathering, but somehow not enough, and like too much, so it eats too much into the image.
Well, even with the 50% opacity, there's such a harsh divide between the ear and the background.
Yeah, it's very true.
That it looks very grandma photoshopped.
I also don't know if I spelled heroes correctly or not. So I don't know if they're supposed to be like an ES or.
I have no idea. You're asking the wrong guy.
That's true. That's a good point.
I'm gonna put this beautiful image up on screen.
Okay.
And let that live.
All right.
Might even cut the whole conversation out just to have it have absolutely no context.
It's very true.
And then we'll know who our real fans are.
Have this image slowly fade in over the entire MIDI file of Hulk Hogan's "I'm a Real American" theme song playing.
Yeah,
you know?
mixed with the national anthem. So it's just a noise diarrhea mess.
And
just so
the
YouTube's
occasional
algorithm
turtle.
doesn't hate fuck us into oblivion.
Yeah. If we like